Hi, I'm Fiona, and this is the story of my giving journey with Cradle Cincinnati. This is a picture of me with my aunt, Dr. Elizabeth Kelly, who's one of my greatest inspirations. She has delivered over 30,000 babies to Black indigent women over her career. Her career started at Columbia Presbyterian, and now she serves as the co-chair of Women's Health at University of Cincinnati. She also is the representative for Women's Services on the Cincinnati City Council. Another amazing accomplishment of hers is the founding of Cradle Cincinnati, an organization that helps support women. Cradle Cincinnati was founded when Elizabeth found out that Hamilton County had the highest infant mortality rates in the country. She has exponentially lowered these rates by finding out the causes of the baby's death: unsafe sleeping. So she taught the mothers how to have their babies sleep safely on their back and in their own crib, smoking while pregnant. She taught the mothers not to smoke while pregnant, and spacing. She found out that these mothers were having babies again too quickly after giving birth. So she taught the mothers how to space out their pregnancies to make sure that they have healthy babies. When I wanted to give back to my community, I asked my Aunt Lisa, how can I help? And she said that the billboards in the clinic on Elm Street were either very empty, such as the one on the left, or over-cluttered and distracting, such as the one on the right. So I got to work. I wanted to make these billboards so bright and welcoming for the women who are coming to this clinic. So I made 4 billboards in total, 1 in the waiting room, 2 in the hallway, and 1 for a nurse who wanted one. I wanted all these billboards to display encouraging messages because the women who are coming to this clinic deserve to be empowered. You can see the one that I made in the waiting room on the left and middle picture. On the right, you can see one of the ones I put in the hallway along with the quote, "Toss kindness like confetti." The 4th billboard I made was not planned, but the nurse Sherry approached me, and I'm so glad she did because she wanted a billboard, so I made one for her. I was so glad to make this billboard for her because she does so much for my community, and I want to find a way to give back to her. While I was putting up the billboard, she told me of all of her work that she does for the women, and I was astonished by how much she did. She is also a great inspiration to me, and I had such a great time getting to know her, and I'm so happy that I got to make her office a little bit brighter. When COVID hit, I could no longer go to the clinic to give back. So I asked my aunt again, how can I help? And I started to make sandwiches because my aunt told me that the women come in not knowing when their next meal will be and hungry, which is very dangerous for the baby. So I made sandwiches for my aunt to distribute to these patients. I made sure that these lunches included a handwritten note and a lot of food, so their snacks could last them a very long time. On the right, you can see my dad just bringing these lunches for my aunt to distribute to the clinic. In the background of the picture, you can see the billboard. It is still up to this day. The picture on the left is me going to my first day of 2nd grade with my kindergarten brother. I was wearing this backpack that you can see on the right. When I no longer needed the backpack because my school materials were too big to fit in it, I didn't want it to go to waste. So I came up with the idea of making care packages for my aunt's patients. My mom would knit a blanket and I would gather cosmetics, candles, or toiletries that these women could not afford. I would put them in a bag along with clothes for the baby because I want both the baby and the mother to feel special and taken care of. A lot of women have received these care packages, and I'm very glad to think that things are not going to waste and being used by these lovely women. The woman on my left is using one of my grandmother's mahjong bags, and the woman on the right is carrying a bag of my brother's. I absolutely love putting these care packages together and thinking about the mother with her baby feeling beautiful and empowered. When my aunt gives these care packages to my patients, they often are overjoyed and ask her to send pictures to me as a thank you. And it absolutely warms my heart to see these beautiful women with these care packages. I just love seeing it so much because it really makes the impact that I'm having on my community feel very real. My aunt informed me of the women's pantry opening at University of Cincinnati Hospital. I wanted to help. So I gathered 7 bins of warm winter clothing to donate. This pantry opened so that when women come in for their doctor's appointments, they can gather food, clothing, or any other materials they may need. I was so lucky to have been shown this amazing facility as it is brand new, and I got to see the food pantry and all of the lovely women working there and thank them for their incredible work. What have I learned from all this? I've learned so many things, but I think that what I've learned that can apply to every situation in life is that giving is good. It's so easy to forget that we can easily give back to others. Especially during this pandemic, there's not that much we can do face to face, but there's always something you can do behind the scenes. And that's what I tell myself. Every day I try to give back to these lovely women because they deserve everything. And I want to make them and their babies as happy and healthy as possible. I'm so lucky to have the resources and connections to make these women feel special. It truly is one of the highlights of my week when I get to deliver the sandwiches or the care packages. Thank you so much.